Ahoy there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have issue 72 to finish out the month of Hachette's Build the Titanic. In this one, we do get some details for the promenade deck. So we're going to start making the promenade deck come to life. We're going to be adding some benches to it. We have the entrance to the staircase. We also have a new staircase to add to this one as well, along with a strip of LEDs. We get a wire with this one we don't need yet. We'll be doing that in the next ones. If you are sticking around for our Titanic tale at the end, I've got an unbelievable children's amusement based on the Titanic. I mentioned before about kind of very misguided attractions based around Titanic. This one's unbelievable. It just is. But we'll take a look at that one at the end. But let's get this open. Let's get into this. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us massively, and we really do appreciate having you along for the journey. Let's get this open. Let's get this built. Okay, let's get this one open. See what is inside 72. This is actually the smallest box we've had this month, but I think there's more in it than all the others. So there's the wire. We won't be using that anytime soon, so let's pop that to the side for now. What's inside this one here? We have benches and windows. Okay, so we're going to need those. Let's pop those over there. Benches and windows. Inside this one, this feels like a staircase. Oh, there's something else in there. Yep, this is the staircase. That's the staircase base. So we have, that's the back wall of the staircase. There we go. So we have the back wall of the staircase, which will go like so. Some nice detailing on that. There we go, it's going to go in there. It's nice. Some nice detail on that. It's lovely. We have AP screws. We have an LED strip. And we have what should be the entrance to the staircase. Yep. And we have a funnel. So that's what we have. So let's get this built. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is install our LED strip. Now that is going to sit in here like so. Now I'm hoping this goes without too much fight. Oh, it does. This is a lot. Oh god, that's a lot easier than the ones on the upper deck. He says, yeah, we just need to bend that one pin back, and that should go straight in. Yeah. Wow, nice and easy. That's it. That one's in. That's really simple compared to the other ones where we have to, really pry them to get them in. That's very simple. But you'll see there is an angled section here, so it can only go in that one way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip this one round so we can put the staircase in because it's at the opposite end. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is attach the staircase. Taking the panel off first. Our staircase is going to, pretty much like every other staircase we've done, it's going to sit over these two lugs here. And then we need to, kind of persuade this one in a little bit, I think. There we go. There we go. So it will sit with these two pins here, sit down there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hold this in place with 3 of the AP screws. So nice and simple. Again, as I always say with the APs, don't go mad, right? Screw them in till they bite. They're not load bearing or anything like that. You don't got to worry about this. Is literally holding these in place. So you don't have to go insane, because if you do, you'll just bore the thread out because it's plastic, and once you've done that, that's it. They ain't going back in. So just, yeah, once they've bitten, that's it. It's not like metal where you really want that bond on the hull, where we have to use the oil and whatnot. These are just self-cutting screws. They'll find their way. Once they've bit, that's it. Just don't over-tighten. Because by over-tightening, you'll loosen. Not to try and teach Granny how to suck eggs there, but that's just the reality of this. Right. And I'll throw one in here. Then what we're going to do is going to flip this one over, and we are going to put the back wall of this staircase in. So let's get this flipped. Okay, so that's how we're now looking. So we're going to take our back wall here, And there are tabs down here. Now you can glue this. I don't think you need to. I think this is that snug that there'll be no real reason to do that. You don't need to glue that. You don't. I mean, you can, but you don't need to. But that's looking lovely. That's looking nice. Right, let's move on. Okay, so we're going to be working on this section of the promenade deck. Now, starting with this funnel that we got, now you'll see it's got a fat and thin lug, so it's only going to go in one way. It's going to sit in there like so. Now, again, if you want to glue it, you go ahead and glue it, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of glue that I use on this. So that's in, it's firm, it's set, it's not going anywhere. This isn't a moving model, so it's not going to come out. There's no reason for that to happen. But if you want to glue it, you go ahead and you glue it. Now, something we do have to glue, because he's never just going to sit in, are the benches. So we have 4 benches to put in, and they are going to go in what are becoming very recognisable as bench slots. So we have 1 bench here, 1 bench here, 1 bench here, and 1 bench here. So that's 4 benches that are going to be going in. So I'm going to glue those up, get those installed. You've seen me install about 15 benches at this point, so I don't think we need to go into a detailed how to do a bench. I'm just going to get those glued up, get those in. So there are our benches installed. So we have our 4 benches in and our funnel. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to assemble our stairwell entrance. And that is going to involve everyone's favourite, windows. So this is our second class entrance, and we will be adding windows to all 4 sides. We won't, nothing on the back, so 3 sides, 6 windows in total are going to go in. So we are going to use the cocktail stick method to just very lightly put some glue on these, attach the windows. Again, you've seen me do this hundreds of times, so I'm going to install those now. Okay, so we've installed our windows. That's how we're now looking lovely, 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 lovely windows. That one's done. Now we're going to install this to the deck, and that's pretty much going to close us out for the month. We are going to be using AP screws, as is now kind of standard. Let's bring up the deck. Let's get this done. Okay, so this is the section of the promenade deck we'll be attaching this to the underneath. Now, remember, your windows face outwards. So your 2 windows are going to face outwards, and this is going to sit over like so, and then we're going to hold this in place with 4 of the AP screws. We got an AP screw loaded up. Get 1 in to hold this, and then add the rest. There's 1. This is bizarre to me because I thought we'd be building above this, not underneath it, but okay. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but this is how they chose to do it. So this one in here. And then 1 more. Just pop it in there. And that is how we are now looking. So that is where that one's going to sit. That's how we are. Now, there's been some concern people, it's angled. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. Please don't start sanding this. It is meant to be angled. Trust me on this one. It's meant to be angled. Do not start sanding that. And that is that one done. So let's have a chat. So that's that one done. And that is 72 done. We're now way over halfway through the build now. So we should be finished by December of next year. So we've got the rest of this year, then all of all of next year, December, late November, December next year, we should be completed, which will be exciting. I can't wait to see it. Not loads to do this month, there just isn't. But that said, look what we're left with. I mean, there wasn't loads to do, but my God, we've got a lot of ship here, you know. So this is good. That's come along nicely. What is coming next? I will show you what's coming next, because I know that's always, you know, as soon as we got one part, everybody wants to know what the next part is. But I will, where are we? I'll show you what's coming next. So in the next ones, we will be getting first class entrance and cabins, Large and small windows, LED cable and strip, starboard and port partition bulkheads and screws. And it looks like that. So go ahead and pause if you need to. That's what we're getting in 73. So we'll be back next month with 73 through 76. If you're sticking around for our Titanic chat, it's a quick and weird one, this issue. Right, so I spoke to you back a while ago about an amusement park ride I was very, very briefly involved with, and how I kind of voiced my concern about how distasteful it was. Well, somebody went in another direction with this, and I can't believe this thing exists. I thought this was like a Photoshop or something, but I did my research, and not only does it exist, I could hire one this afternoon if I wanted to and have it set up in my backyard. It's disgusting. But this exists. This is a thing. Yep, your kids can slide to their icy death on the Titanic bouncy castle, the Titanic bouncy slide. Who thought that was a good idea? Honestly, who the bloody hell thought, do you know what kids would like? This will be tasteful. It's disgusting, it's gross. Now, I know that there's one way to look at it, going, oh, but it's just a kid's thing. And I'm like, no, it's horrible. That's horrible. That's a nasty bloody thing. That just is. I just think that's grim. That no thought has gone behind that, surely. Why would you want your kids to go on that? If you ever see one of those, tell your kids this is sick and explain to them why. That is horrible. That's a good example of kind of callousness, coldness. Like, who cares? Well, a lot of us care. I think that's kind of horrible. If your kids have an interest in Titanic and you don't want to go into the more gruesome aspects of what happened, I bought my son a book for Christmas that he absolutely loved, Escape from the Titanic. And it's an adventure book where they solve puzzles and whatnot around the Titanic, but it has a lot of information about it, and that was kind of important to me when I bought it. So it has a lot of background about the Titanic, about what happened. It doesn't make light of anything. It sort of shows the desperation of those hours. And the children can choose to be a stowaway, or they can choose to be upper class, or they can choose to be a migrant on the boat. It's a great book, it really is, and my son really enjoyed it and went through a handful of something. It encourages children to sort of write in the book, and they tear bits out and change things, and like a choose your own adventure book, if you will, but he really enjoyed it. This is that book. So that's a nice way to get your kids kind of interested in the Titanic and learn about it and learn about the passengers and what happened. And my son loved it. My little Jack loved it. And we've bought other ones as well. So there was Escape from the Pyramids, which teach about the history of Egypt, and a few others as well. So these are very fun books, really fun books, but educational. They just don't realise they're getting educated. So if you want something kid-friendly for the Titanic, that's a great one. I recommend it a lot. You can get that on Amazon, you can get it in Waterstones, you can get it in Barnes & Noble, you can get it all over the place. But it's a great book for kids. If you've got children or grandchildren, they would love it. Do that. Don't do inflatable slides of a sinking ship, because that's just sick. But that's all from me. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us massively. We've got a lot coming up on the channel, so it's not just Titanic that we do. We're also doing the Batman Tumblr. We're doing the Disney Dolls House, which you can see behind me over there. We're also doing the Infinity Gauntlet. And excitingly, after a year of being up on blocks, Ecto 1 is going to be back toward the end of this month. And we're really excited to see that one. We've got a lot of other things on the channel. We have movie talks. We also have our weekly catch-up, where we talk about everything that's coming up in the world of models, what's coming up in the world of pop culture, television, movies, music, everything. So swing by for that. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got anything you'd like to show us, anything you'd like to tell us, anything you'd like to talk to us about, you can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. We will get back to you. If you don't want to do that, you can drop it in the messages down below. I've mentioned before the mod group for the Hachette/Agora, depending on what country you're in, Titanic group, over on Facebook. I've put the link into that as well. It's a great one. So if you are looking at modifying your model, that's where you need to be. Honestly, get over there. It's a wealth of knowledge and it'll help you out no end. That's all from me. I will be back with more Titanic, probably, first week of August, we'll be back with more Titanic. Oh, one thing I didn't mention was in this one as well, we got a flyer for a silver coin. So next month we were offered the option of a silver coin commemorating 110 years of the Titanic. It was a limited edition. I've gone for it. I kind of want that. I'd like to display that with my model, and I think I will. So we will have that. So next month we will have the commemorative limited edition coin as well. That's all from me. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I will see you again next month where we'll continue our voyage aboard the Titanic. I will see you then.